Pound for pound and nomination by nomination and grade ratings by grade ratings, who was the top female soap opera star of the 1980s? Well, there's a lot of candidates. Judith Light, of course, the great portrayal she did on the daytime soaps. Susan Lucci, Erica Slezak, Victoria Wyndham. But this lady came from the golden age of Hollywood and showed up on television and changed the game for Aaron Spelling Productions by being the ultimate economic bitch entrepreneur in history. Got to be Joan Collins. Now, in 1981, Joan Collins, who was very successful in Hollywood and was a role player on numerous key supporting roles, including Star Trek's infamous City on the Edge of Forever and other parts, Space 1999. She did stage. She did all kind of different types of movies. But in 81, she accepted a role in the second season of a then struggling soap opera Dynasty as Alexis Colby, the beautiful and vengeful ex-wife of oil tycoon Blake Carrington, played by the great John Forsythe. Dynasty became an enormous worldwide phenomenon, and by 85, the program was the number one show in the States, beating out CBS rival Dallas, which ranked number 2. Now, the glory years of Dynasty can be seen every day or every weekday on the great CHH Superstation out of Hamilton, which is also available coast to coast. Now, for her portrayal of Alexis, Collins was nominated 6 times for a Golden Globe Award every year from 82 to 87, winning in 83. The same year, she was nominated for an Emmy as Best Actress in a Drama Series and accepted the award, the Globe, of course. Collins thanked, of all people, Sophia Loren for turning down the part of Alexis. I don't think Sophia had enough vitriol in her to do the part. Her performance is generally credited as a chief factor in the fledgling show's subsequent rise in Nielsen ratings, to hit rivaling Dallas. In a 2001 E! True Hollywood Story episode featuring Dynasty, former ABC executive Ted Harbart stated, "The truth is we didn't really believe that we had the thing done as a hit until Joan Collins walked down that courtroom aisle in the famous reveal scene." Co-star Al Corley noted that Collins just flew in the role that was tailor-made for her, just spot on. In Dynasty producer Aaron Spelling's final press interview, he said of Collins, "We didn't write Joan Collins, she played Joan Collins. Am I right? We wrote a character, but the character could have been played by 50 people, and 49 of them would have failed. She made it work." In recognition of her new status, in 83, Collins was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for career achievement. So she went from being, not say a failed golden Hollywood star, but not that everybody anticipated, to a superstar in the small screen. Everybody knew who Joan Collins was, and everything she did was followed. Her on-screen and off-screen liaisons and different stuff was treated like you wouldn't believe. The only thing I can compare it with is just basically Elizabeth Taylor, actually, who she was considered a poor man's Elizabeth Taylor for a while. Now, while filming Dynasty, Collins starred in the feature film Nutcracker and the TV movies Paper Dolls, The Wild Women of Chastity Gulch, Making of a Male Model with the great John Eric Hexum, Her Life as a Man, and The Cartier Affair with, of all people, David Hasselhoff. She made guest star appearances in Love Boat and Fairy Tale Theater and co-hosted an ABC TV special created for her called Blondes for Brunettes. At the age of 50, Collins appeared in a 12-page photo layout for Playboy magazine, shot by George Harrell. With Dynasty at the height of his success, Collins both produced and starred in the smash hit 86 CBS miniseries Sins, and also the same year, Monte Carlo. Now, you're saying, what is Joan Collins doing in 2023? Well, there was published reports this week. She's 90 years old and wearing her one of her favorite bikinis in a beautiful seaside location. Joan Collins changed the game for middle-aged women. She was strong. She was adventurous. She was devious. She was intelligent. She was calculating. So we didn't know where Joan Collins started and Joan Collins ended. But you look at the scene she had with Michael Nader, John Forsythe, Catherine Oxenberg, the various guest stars. Joan Collins made it work. Now, I've been watching Dynasty episodes in recent weeks to prepare for this podcast. All I can say, if I ever met Joan Collins, I would ask her the simple question: where do you find your motivation from? Well, her sister is a big novelist, and ironically, Joan Collins once said in published reports, "I don't know where this comes from. It's just in me." But every second that Dynasty was on, at the height of its powers, Joan Collins made it work. So, Joan Collins, thank you for your talent. Thank you for your work. If you like what we're doing here, please give us a like, comment, and subscribe.